So how's it been going?
Busy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man, busy day. What about you guys?
Same.
Always busy. Yep. Too busy. How do you slow down? That's what I'm trying to figure out. How to just
How do you slow down?
Yeah, just stop doing everything. I mean, I think it actually things would just be okay if you just stopped. Might have food and power and be able to pay your bills, but somebody'll pick up the slack somewhere, right? Maybe.
Eventually.
I don't know. I mean, it works out.
It sounds like you're getting into a political conversation now.
It works out though for some people, right?
Ben, is your beard, like your lighting, it's hard to tell, but is your beard like straight up gray or you still got some color in it?
I mean, mostly gray. It's got color underneath here.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. If I shaved it all off, I wouldn't look gray at all. My hair don't look gray.
Yeah, that's mine. My beard gets gray right down here, but the rest of it's still kind of trying to hold on.
Yeah, my dad's like 80, and his is not gray on top. But if I shaved beard off, I'd be fine. But
David went gray like 15 years ago.
Let's see. It was about 11 years and let's see, February, March, April, May, June, July. 5 months. That's when Lily was born.
It just happened on one day?
Yeah. As soon as we had a girl, that's when I got gray hair. Yep.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think I did really have much gray until, I mean, maybe I did, but until the girls came. My dad, he was premature gray too. So.
You look like if you grew yours out, it'd be pretty gray at the front, Chris.
Up here?
In your beard. I mean.
Beard, yeah. Yeah, it's just gray right here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it kind of comes underneath a little bit. But I keep it trimmed kind of short so it blends in with all like the...
Right. Nobody notices.
So I'm holding on.
So when we were playing in the band and stuff, I remember you bleaching your hair. Did you color your hair too, Chris? I know you probably did. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while.
I did a lot of stuff to my hair. Yeah, I bleached it a couple times. Then I'd let it go. Then I'd shave my head. Dyed it black. I think I dyed it red one time.
I didn't get too crazy. I'd cut it short and bleach it and then let it grow out. It'd be, light on top. Be about it. I didn't do any colors. I remember David having some color something at one time.
I did back in Chrome Donut days. Yeah, I'm surprised I have hair now, especially just bleaching it because I would bleach mine, and then it would be orange, so I'd have to bleach it again to get it, that platinum blonde, whatever. Yeah. And I remember doing that, and leaving it in too long and having blisters and or just raw, just sore. But yeah, but that was the pain that you were willing to pay to have whatever. I don't even know the cool look. Yeah, I guess I wasn't cool, but yeah. And I did it more than once. It wasn't like I did,
just to look different like everybody else.
Just like everybody else, yeah.
Yeah, look different just like everyone else.
Yep. I was telling somebody that the other day. It's true. All right. So if y'all want to listen to, I think the last one we did was Wish You Were Here. So this is Peace of Mind. If y'all want to listen to that. Let's see. We didn't, like a lot of our songs, we didn't have a lot of words. And this was one of the very last, I feel like we talked about this before, but this was one of the last add-ons that we did before we went into the studio. I think it was this
was like the last like a real song that we wrote on that.
Yeah, it was almost like Matt was, like, hey, do you guys have another song? Because we had the intro and the outro that were just instrumental, and then I think besides that we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 songs that actually had words. And at this point we had 6, and we're like, hey, we got one more song that we can add into this. And we don't have a lot of words for this song, but but we have this song. Let's see, so y'all can see that. But I do like this song.
I do too. Yeah,
I swear we talked about this song before, but we didn't put it into an episode. So we'll go ahead and we'll play it, and then we can kind of talk over it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Peace of Mind by Jeremiah's Grotto.
Right, not a lot of words. Did it seem like that had more effects? I don't remember. I guess I wasn't there for part of the studio time when y'all were doing vocals and stuff, but it's got a lot more effects on it. I know it didn't really do any of that live.
I think it was one of those things like, hey, this song really doesn't have a lot, so hey, let's spice it up on the second part by making it sound like you're underwater here.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
That was the direction, right? It was like, hey, we need something that's underwater.
Then let's do it. Then let's do it again, where it's just the guitars just ring out and it's not a lot of guitar in the background. I don't. It's the same thing 3 times, I think, but 3 different ways. But anyway, I like the song. I really do like the feel of the song, and
it was pretty fun to play.
Mm-hmm.
Did we play it? Didn't we play it kind of early in the set, either start or pretty early on?
We opened up with it at one show at the Arc in Wilmington. I just remember watching the video of it.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good memory right there.
And we played it at DIY in Orlando, but we messed it up at that show.
Yeah, I remember that because we had just finished writing the song. We were like, hey, let's play it. But really, we just wanted to add a song to the set. Wasn't real sure, but let's try it anyway. And I remember that.
It wasn't ready to go live yet, but we did it anyway. And
I want to say we were playing with my hotel year that night too.
I don't know if they were playing, or I know that Travis was there.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're like, man, we messed this up in front of Travis. That's what I remember thinking. But
no, I remember writing the song. We practiced at my mom's church in Lake Placid, and we were writing part of it there.
Okay.
I don't know why we were down in Lake Placid. Maybe we were playing like some youth thing or something down there. But Yeah, we were looking for how can we get some rehearsal time in, and they let us use their church. So we set up down in front of the, I don't know, little stage, little thing. It was a small church, but we were trying to figure out how to make those 3 chords work.
Yeah. I like the song. When I listen to it, the one part where it talks about, or it says, if I had to do it all over again, or I don't even know what are the lyrics, but if I had a second chance to do it all again, I wouldn't think twice about it. And I always think about that with just the time that we had with doing Jeremiah's Grotto and touring and all that. That's
No, that's good, man. That's
and the other part of it too is, what is it? Man, what are the lyrics in this song?
You just
remember. We just listened to it. And I can't remember. But
because there's so many lyrics to remember in that song.
There's so many, and I get lost. But talk, man, I'm gonna have to go look at the lyrics now because I can't remember what I just heard. Let's see.
Do you remember? Did you mostly write this, David or Chris? Which one of y'all?
I really don't remember.
Started this one. I know a lot of them were like kind of collaborative, but it would usually start with somebody.
I don't know. I don't really remember who came up with it. I mean, David wrote the lyrics on this one, but
I kind of remember playing around with this song. Yeah, but I want to say even somewhere out in Texas, I remember something about. I remember playing this song like in a practice setting. Let's see, before we even had this song. The lyrics are, "It probably isn't said enough. Sometimes I do forget, but how could I forget? I thought I'd never find perfect peace of mind, but I found you." So that part with the, if I had a second chance to do it all again, I wouldn't think twice about it. To me, the one is the experience of doing the band and doing all of that, and it being a gift that I felt like from God for us to be in the band and doing what we did. And I remember us talking about this on tour, just driving down the road a few different times, but where we felt, it wasn't like we felt like, man, we're awesome, we're out here doing this, and people like we didn't necessarily felt like we deserved to be doing it. We felt more like it was a gift to be doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there were definitely other bands that were better than us, more talented, and maybe even better at ministry than we were. And because we didn't really see ourselves as preaching or anything from the stage, it was just more of a one-on-one type ministry, just like we do now in our normal lives. But so when I hear this song, to me, even though as simple as the words are, I mean, I'll share the screen. You can kind of see what those lyrics are real quick.
I think a lot of our songs kind of had that half, what it could have you had the, I guess you'd call it religious meaning if you wanted to hear it that way.
Yeah.
If you wanted to hear it another way, you didn't, it's not that it's hidden, but it was open-ended kind of.
So even, it says, "It probably isn't said enough. Sometimes I do forget." To me, that's kind of like a thank you, like for letting us do this and giving us this opportunity to do that. And, thank you to God. And then I thought I'd never find perfect peace of mind, but I found you. So there is no peace except for with, having that relationship with God. And then with that, if I had a second chance to do basically all of this again, I wouldn't think twice about it. I definitely would do it again. And with you guys, Ben, Chris, and Joel. So that was the whole thing behind this. And you see, it's only basically a paragraph that we had together, but it fills out the song pretty good. I mean, I don't know really much more that I would have added to this. And it was, I think it was complete. I mean, just the way it is. So
I was talking to Joni the other day about songs that were, especially some of the songs like the, I guess, modern, like praise and worship songs or whatever that we try to do in church or that, you hear on the radio. You could tell when you listen to it that somebody sat down and took a lot of time to write a bunch of poetry is what
yeah.
they did. And they're like, let's make a song out of this. And it's like an 800 word essay. And you're trying to sing along with it in church, and they're putting it on the screen. And it's like, I'm supposed to sing all of this, and try to squeeze all these words into this.
Oh yeah.
It's
too much.
I know with David especially, and I think Chris was the same way. We would usually start with like a catchy kind of one line or one, chord progression or something that was just catchy, and then just build from there. And it was more about, I would say definitely it was music first.
Yeah,
and then write what feels right for that music, and not here's a bunch of words, let's put some music to it. I think different bands have different processes, but I feel like I can hear that in music sometimes. I can hear how it was put together.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you guys, like, we do have a pattern on that album of things are definitely not over wordy.
Yeah.
It was definitely, I agree. Like it was music first.
Which makes it able to be, you can sing along with it, and I remember several shows where that everybody's singing the words, and that's a cool thing. But, some of the music, like I'm talking about it, that we do in church that we're supposed to be singing along with, it's almost impossible to, because there's just so many words crammed in there.
Yeah.
You lose the meaning for all the words.
I still have a thing now. Like I listen to a lot of instrumental stuff now. And I mean, I don't know about for you guys, not to like get weird about it, but like music is like just listening to it. Like I feel like it's like a form of like worship and like praise and
absolutely.
And I don't have to have words at all, honestly. Like, I mean, when the culmination of the instruments comes together just right, like, I mean, that's like it's a spiritual moment. So not to like be weird about it, but it really is for me. Like that stuff is moving to me.
Absolutely.
So I don't know if like, I don't know. I've never, it's not like Kathleen and I sit around and talk about it, but like, just like, I'm like, I wonder if I'm the only guy who's like, man, even instrumental stuff, just like really like can like shake you,
it's like, it's like your therapy, in a sense. And
yeah.
And there's one part of that with, being able to just appreciate music that other people have made, and even music that you've made, and have that feeling. But then there's the, if you are a musician and you can pick up a guitar, even by yourself, go into a room, along with your guitar or whatever, piano, and just getting lost in that moment. You know what I mean? It's a therapeutic thing, so.
The music itself can have a almost like a temperature to it, and then it can also have it. Even, and this sounds crazy, I can hear music sometimes and hear like a certain time period for it. Like it may not sound like old timey music or something, but you can feel almost like a certain time period with that music. Like that music feels like it belongs in whatever decade, or 200 years ago or whatever, for some music. So you can have a temperature, it can have a time period, it can have like an aggressive attitude or a calming, attitude. And the best songwriters, I think, can take that first and then put words that match that. I can't stand it when something don't match. And that's what I mean about doing it backwards. If you do lyrics first and you just try to cram some music to it, it might sound right, but it doesn't necessarily always gel together good. And there's some artists that do it really, really well. And I think, to me, like Damien Grotto is one of those that's like, does that weird music. Some of it's not the style of music that you would like, but I feel like he probably puts the music together and then it's like, what does this sound like to me?
Yeah.
And then put some words to it. And there's other people that do it really good too, but there's a lot of people that don't. There's a lot of bands and a lot of modern music that's really not that way at all.
Yeah.
I don't even listen to music all that much, honestly. Every once in a while I'll get in the mood for it, but for the most part, I'm not like I used to be, where you just listen to music all the time. I don't know what it is. Getting old, I guess. You have to be in the mood for it because I pick it apart too much. I think that's what it is. I listen to it and pick it apart.
Yeah, I'm always listening to stuff. Before bed, sitting on the phone, trying to find new stuff. I'm always worried that I'm not going to find something new. Like, it's a dumb fear, but it's like like, oh my gosh, have I found everything that I like? Is this it? And I mean, I listen to, I don't know, probably thousands of different artists and bands and whatnot, but I'm always worried, like, oh no, have I reached the end of it? Like, if I go a few days and I can't find something new that I like, I'm like, oh, does that mean I'm old now? Oh no.
Do you ever go into a different genre every once in a while just to do it? I mean,
Do
like just
what?
have a day of some other whole different music.
I'll do like, I'll get on kicks of like classic rock.
Mm-hmm.
I've done like, I made a mix of like 80s hair metal, 80s new wave music.
Mm-hmm.
Now when I say classic rock, younger people listening to this be like, oh, like, I
You
don't
are
know,
classic
Pearl
rock.
Jam or like you guys.
Yeah.
No. Like, 60s and 70s rock, some electronic stuff. Oliver and I listened to like a lot of 80s and 90s rap, like stuff that was coming out when like, way back, and he kind of laughs. He's like, man, this is like pretty lame. It's like, man, this is awesome.
You ever go way out of the box, do anything completely outside of your norm? Like I went through a phase one time because I just got, especially right after we finished playing, got to where I couldn't listen to music without it and enjoy it because I was picking it apart too much, and it brings up a lot, and it makes your brain goes all different places. But I've intentionally started listening to music that was totally out of my wheelhouse just to see what was so good about it. My thought process was, if it's been around for a long time and it's been popular this time, something about it must be good. So I went through some phases, like for a little while would listen to like Rat Pack music, like Dean Martin and stuff like that. Just riding around the car because I worked driving in the car all day, and just drive around listening to that music all day. And you kind of get the feel of what was cool about that at the time. You kind of, it's a whole different. That's what I mean about kind of has a feel, a certain
interesting
thing to it. And so I found that I was able to enjoy that a little bit better because I didn't pick it apart as much because I don't understand it as much. But some things I really liked. Then I tried to listen to like Elvis. I never really liked Elvis. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think it's okay.
really.
I just never like. I don't see where the fascination was with Elvis, but some of the older 40s and 50s music I like a lot.
So Kathleen listens to a lot of that, and some of it I'm like, okay, it's pretty good, and some of it I'm like, man, like, because you hear the recording, and no matter what you do to it now, coming through the best system, it just sounds like so hollow and tinny and like, man,
it's real. It's real.
I mean, I guess when it came out, they were like, can you believe this? Like, listen, this is amazing.
I mean, they stood in a room and hit record. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dean Martin stood in a room with an orchestra, and they pressed record on the thing, and they just played and said, all right, do it perfect. You know what I mean? And they did it perfect.
Hey, don't mess up. Okay, thanks.
Right. Let's go. That's crazy to think about. It's pretty good stuff. I mean, I go through phases. I listen to old country music even,
I like some old country music. The new stuff I've listened to, because I don't know all the country music artists and all that stuff, but the new stuff I listen to, I'm like, this just sounds like pop rock to me. Like, it doesn't sound.
New stuff trash.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know any of the artists or anything. I couldn't tell you. I could probably tell you who like Johnny Cash is and Dolly Parton. That's probably it.
Really? Yeah, I couldn't say new country music. And by saying new, I mean in the last 20 years. I don't care anything about anything later than 1990, probably.
We have a friend up here. Our kids go to school together, and he's a country music artist. His name's Zach Williams. I don't know if you guys have heard him, but check him out. He's done like wrote a few songs and like made some videos with Dolly Parton and someone named Lainey Wilson. And I've listened to his stuff because it was him, and I'm like, okay, like this. He leans more like on the spiritual side of it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that's pretty good, but it's not like my go-to.
Yeah, he's a Grammy Award winning American Christian rock artist.
Is he really?
Yeah.
See, I know nothing of country music, so
at least this Zach Williams is.
That's probably him.
I have to be in the mood for any of it, but I mean, I've gone back and listened. I did the same thing with reading books. I started to riding in the car all day. Music got old, and I started listening to like audiobooks in the car as I drive around. And the thought was, I'm going to find a book that's been around for 200 years because it's got to be good. You know what I mean? If it's still around after that long, and started listening to, reading some old classic books, and turns out that's a pretty good, solid way to approach that, because if it has been around that long, it's probably pretty good.
That's true. Audiobooks. I've not tried audiobooks yet. I've listened to some. I listened to some podcasts, like a few, and then I have not listened to any audiobooks yet. What do you use for audiobooks?
There's a lot of things that back when I was doing it before, I spent most of my time driving. Like when I was working, driving, spend all day in my car, and so music would make me sleepy, especially on a long drive. Music would make me sleepy, but it felt like listening to talk radio or something would keep me awake. And then talk radio just frustrates you because it's annoying and it's mostly commercials.
Yeah.
But the audiobooks, I started off just downloading stuff and putting MP3s, playing it from that. But now Audible is real good. There's actually a free app from the library, public library system, and it's a national thing. It's called Libby, that has tons of free. You do just like the library. You check out a book and you have it for like 2 weeks. And there's a limited number of copies that if somebody has it, you have to wait till it comes back, kind of thing. But they're all audiobooks.
How does that work if they have? I mean, you guys know me. I'm not like the guy that understands. How do you check out a digital book? And no, only 2 people can have this at a time.
I'm sure it's for copyright reasons. They only have a certain number that they can let people use at a time instead of that they paid for or whatever, just for copyright reasons. But on there, it's cloud-based, so you listen to it and it picks up where you left off, so you don't have to. And back when I was doing MP3s, it was like if you lost your place, it was impossible to find where you were in the middle of a 20-hour-long book. But the app picks it up right where you left off. And I still sometimes working at home, I still have a book going sometimes just to have something going in the background.
What's that app called?
Libby, Libby. It's a library. It's public libraries, but it's a network of all the public libraries. Okay. If you have a library card, you can use the app just like you use the library.
I don't have a library card.
Well, they're free.
I don't even know
you don't know what a library is.
I don't. I've never been to the library here.
We're supposed to be talking about music anyway. So
is Libby? Are they sponsoring this podcast?
Right, they could. Hey, we'll take it.
So we just went through and talked about peace of mind, but you guys don't really. When I go edit this, here's what I'm actually going to play instead of the song that you heard. It'll probably be something like this. Let's see.
Yeah, there you go.
It probably isn't said enough. Sometimes I do forget, but how could I forget? I thought I'd never find perfect peace of mind, but I found you. If I had a second chance to do it all again, I wouldn't think twice about it. They said I'd never.
This thing's way better than you.
Why didn't we write this version?
Well, this is the version we did play that first night. That's why we messed it up. We ended up changing it to the other version later.
Just messed up the horn solo.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. That's fun though.
It probably isn't said enough. Sometimes I do forget, but how could I forget? I thought I'd never find perfect peace of mind, but I found you. If I had a second chance to do it all again, I wouldn't think twice about it. They said I'd never but I found